On the harsh desert planet of Tatooine, Shmi Skywalker gives birth to twin sons, Anakin and Vader. From the moment of their birth, a powerful aura surrounds the infants, hinting at a force sensitivity beyond anything Shmi or the midwives have ever encountered. The twins grow rapidly, demonstrating strange abilities and an innate connection that defies understanding. Anakin shows a gentle curiosity and a desire to help others, often soothing animals or calming those around him. Vader, on the other hand, exhibits an early fascination with strength, control, and defiance, even as a young child. On Tatooine, Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn senses the immense force power of the twins and seeks to bring them both into the Jedi Order. Yet, sensing the potential for unrest in raising both twins within the Order, Qui-Gon focuses his efforts on Anakin, believing he can guide him on the path of the light. In a heartbreaking moment, Qui-Gon convinces Shmi to let Anakin go with him to Coruscant, assuring her that Anakin will find his destiny among the Jedi. Darth Sidious, who is always searching for power and new apprentices, discovers Vader's potential through his spies. In secret, Sidious sends an emissary who manipulates events to keep Vader on Tatooine, out of the Jedi's reach. As Anakin leaves with Qui-Gon, young Vader watches, resentful and already embittered, feeling the sting of being left behind. Sidious, sensing the seeds of resentment and anger in the child, recognizes Vader as a dark prodigy. He arranges for Vader to be raised in secrecy, hidden away from the Jedi Order's eyes, and prepares for Vader's training in the ways of the Sith. Anakin grows up in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, surrounded by Jedi mentors who are both nurturing and strict. He is a gifted learner, naturally drawn to helping others, and he rapidly becomes one of the Jedi Order's most promising Padawans. However, Anakin also feels the weight of Jedi teachings on attachment, something he finds difficult to reconcile with his vivid memories of his mother and a vague, haunting sense of another presence, which he interprets as a missing piece in his life. His experiences with fellow Jedi and training missions deepen his compassion and desire to protect the innocent, reinforcing his allegiance to the light. But Anakin's emotional struggles continue to challenge him. He feels conflicted between the strict Jedi code and his own desire for connection and loyalty. While he suppresses these feelings as best he can, they simmer beneath the surface, waiting to emerge. Anakin's fellow Jedi sense his inner conflict, especially his master, Obi-Wan Kenobi, who tries to help Anakin find balance. Obi-Wan sees Anakin's potential but also his vulnerability, and he warns him about the dangers of unchecked emotions. Meanwhile, Vader is raised in secrecy, under the watchful eyes of a Sith acolyte loyal to Darth Sidious. Unlike Anakin, who is surrounded by the structure and stability of the Jedi Order, Vader grows up in isolation, trained rigorously in Sith philosophies of strength, power, and dominance. He is taught that the weak are a burden to the strong, that power alone can bring control, and that emotions are weapons to be harnessed, not suppressed. Unlike Anakin's structured life with peers and mentors, Vader's life is harsh and lonely. The Sith acolyte pushes him through trials meant to test and harden him, often pitting him against dangerous creatures or opponents to build his fearlessness and ferocity. Vader becomes a calculating and relentless warrior, suppressing any compassion he might feel as a weakness and growing more ruthless with each challenge. His only companionship is his connection with Sidious, who occasionally communicates with him, feeding him visions of the galaxy and chaos, and instilling in him the belief that only the Sith can impose the order needed to control it. As he grows, Vader becomes acutely aware of a presence of Anakin through the Force. The sensation is unfamiliar, almost haunting, yet it drives him. Although he cannot understand why, Vader feels a competitive urge to surpass this unknown presence, viewing it as both a rival and something deeply personal. The link he shares with Anakin is both comforting and unsettling, stoking his ambition further. As the galaxy spirals into conflict, both Anakin and Vader begin experiencing haunting dreams and visions. In these dreams, they see a shadowy figure that mirrors themselves, leading them into battles in scenarios that feel familiar yet distant. Anakin dreams of an armored warrior with a menacing presence, while Vader sees flashes of a compassionate Jedi wielding a blue lightsaber. Unbeknownst to them, their bond as twins transcends the physical realm, creating a psychic connection that allows them to sense each other's emotions, fears, and aspirations. Moments of joy, despair, and longing flicker in their minds, yet they interpret these feelings through the lens of their respective ideologies. Anakin sees hints of darkness that he must fight against, while Vader feels an unexplained pull towards this Jedi, viewing him as both a rival and an object of intrigue. This duality creates an inner turmoil for both. Anakin begins to question the depths of his connection to the Force, feeling an odd sense of familiarity with a darkness he's never fully confronted. Vader, trained to dismiss compassion as weakness, finds himself grappling with unexplainable emotions that clash with his Sith training. The paths of Anakin and Vader collide dramatically on the mysterious planet of Dathomir, a world steeped in dark magic and untamed power. Anakin, while leading a Jedi strike team to investigate the rise of dark forces tied to the Night Sisters, is unaware that Vader has been dispatched by Darth Sidious to disrupt the Jedi's plans. In a shadowy, mist-covered forest, Anakin encounters Vader for the first time. The moment they face each other, the air crackles with tension and recognition. The two engage in a fierce duel, their lightsabers clashing in a choreography that feels disturbingly natural to both. The fluidity of their movements showcases striking similarities, suggesting their connection runs deeper than mere coincidence. As they fight, Anakin feels a resonance in the Force that he's never encountered before, a presence that pulls at his heart and mind. He sees glimpses of a tortured past in Vader's eyes, sparking an instinctual need to reach out and understand this foe rather than destroy him. Conversely, Vader, seeing Anakin's clarity and strength, is unsettled by the compassion that lingers in Anakin's strikes, qualities he has been taught to view as weaknesses. Despite his rage and determination, he feels an unshakable sense of familiarity that fuels his obsession with defeating this Jedi. The duel culminates in a tense standoff, each warrior recognizing the extraordinary potential in the other. As the battle ends without a clear victor, Anakin is left haunted by the encounter, and Vader is troubled by the clarity he saw in Anakin's fighting style. They retreat, both unsettled and reflecting on the implications of their meeting. Following their encounter, Anakin finds himself plagued by doubt and confusion. He questions his role within the Jedi Order and the rigidity of their teachings. The duel with Vader has awakened a new awareness within him. He grapples with the idea that perhaps the Jedi are too dogmatic in their approach, pushing him to consider alternative paths to bring balance to the galaxy. He recalls Vader's strength, drawing a parallel to his own frustrations with the Council, leading him to contemplate whether strength can coexist with compassion. Meanwhile, Vader's experience on Dathomir forces him to confront the lingering echoes of his past, especially the ideals instilled in him by Sidious. Although he has embraced the Sith way of thinking, the clarity and empathy he witnessed in Anakin's fighting style challenge his convictions. He begins to doubt whether brute force is the only path to peace. Haunted by visions of Anakin, he struggles with the dichotomy of strength versus compassion, feeling a yearning to understand this mysterious Jedi who reflects his own potential. Both brothers are drawn into a spiral of introspection, each reflecting on their philosophies and the idea of what it means to bring true balance to the Force. They begin to question not just their paths, but the very nature of good and evil, as they recognize the familiar struggles they both face. As Anakin and Vader's connection continues to deepen, Yoda and Obi-Wan become increasingly aware of a dark presence surrounding Anakin's spirit. During a meditation session, Yoda feels the tremors in the Force that signal not just turmoil within Anakin, but a shadow looming over his heart. Concerned for their most powerful Jedi, Yoda sends Obi-Wan to investigate the disturbances, emphasizing the need to protect Anakin from this encroaching darkness. In their search, Yoda and Obi-Wan sift through ancient Jedi records and forbidden archives, unearthing fragments of Sith manipulation. They discover that Anakin has a twin, a brother hidden away by the Sith to become a dark prodigy. This revelation rocks both Jedi to their core. They realize the implications of Anakin's connection to this shadowy figure could mean the difference between light and darkness in the galaxy. Haunted by this knowledge, Yoda becomes increasingly troubled, sensing that Anakin's emotional struggle stems from the lingering shadows of his brother's choices. Obi-Wan, while supportive, is wary of the potential danger of confronting a Sith with such a close tie to Anakin. Their investigation sets the stage for Anakin's fateful decision to seek out his brother, stirring a sense of urgency in them both. Fueled by the newfound knowledge of his brother, Anakin makes the bold decision to defy the Jedi Council. The Council's cautious attitude toward the dark side only fuels his desire to understand Vader and redeem him. Driven by love and compassion, he believes he can pull his brother back from the precipice of darkness. Anakin embarks on a quest across uncharted worlds and diverse cultures, immersing himself in the teachings and philosophies of the galaxy's many inhabitants. He learns from warriors of different traditions, wise sages who challenge his notions of compassion, power, and justice. In this journey, he confronts his own temptations, the very same struggles that have led Vader astray. Each new experience shapes Anakin's perspective, adding layers to his understanding of what it means to wield power responsibly. Throughout his travels, Anakin uncovers stories of other lost souls, those who have succumbed to darkness but found redemption. He grapples with the thin line between light and dark, coming to appreciate the complexity of the Force and the choices that define one's path. This journey, rich with encounters and revelations, deepens his resolve to save his brother and underscores his growth as a character. After traversing the galaxy, Anakin finally tracks down Vader on a desolate planet, a shadow of darkness where he has trained ruthlessly. As they come face to face, Anakin feels the weight of their shared past, an overwhelming sense of hope for redemption. However, he is met with Vader's cold rejection. In a tense exchange, Anakin lays bare the truth about their connection, the manipulations of Sidious, and the potential for Vader to turn away from darkness. Yet Vader stands firm, insisting that he has chosen his path willingly. He expresses a twisted sense of pride in his strength and control, viewing his embrace of the dark side as a necessary evolution. Their confrontation escalates, the intensity of their emotions manifesting in a fierce lightsaber duel. As they clash, both brothers articulate their conflicting ideologies. Anakin champions compassion and redemption, while Vader defends his belief in power and autonomy. Their words echo the struggles each has faced, highlighting their differences but also the remnants of brotherhood that linger beneath the surface. As the battle reaches a fever pitch, moments of vulnerability flicker in Vader's eyes, suggesting that he is still conflicted about his choices. Anakin too feels the pull of darkness within him, realizing that the path he walks can lead to temptation. The clash becomes not just a physical fight, but a battle for their very souls, reflecting their inner conflicts and philosophies. As Anakin's bond with Vader strengthens, Darth Sidious grows increasingly anxious about the potential for redemption within Vader. Sensing Anakin's influence over his brother, Sidious orchestrates a series of events designed to isolate both Jedi, ultimately luring them to the fiery planet of Mustafar. With its molten rivers and ash-choked skies, Mustafar serves as a fitting backdrop for the darkness Sidious wishes to unleash. Sidious spreads rumors of a Jedi uprising, manipulating the Senate's fears to frame the Jedi as traitors. He ensures that Anakin receives orders to hunt down any remaining Jedi, even while subtly pushing Vader towards deeper loyalty to the dark side. In his mind, the confrontation between the two brothers will either eradicate Anakin's compassion or transform Vader into the ultimate Sith weapon, one who has vanquished the light within him. As the brothers are drawn to Mustafar, both are unaware of the full extent of Sidious's machinations. They arrive with their own convictions, believing they are on separate missions, only to be thrust into an orchestrated conflict where only one can emerge victorious. The confrontation on Mustafar erupts with both brothers igniting their lightsabers amidst the swirling heat and ash. Their clash is fierce, filled with a torrent of emotions, as each brother mirrors the other's fighting style, an echo of their shared origins. Anakin's lightsaber glows blue against Vader's red, symbolizing the struggle between light and dark. As they fight, the combatants exchange blows, their dialogue revealing the deep-rooted conflicts within them. Anakin, fueled by desperation, implores Vader to abandon the dark side, to see that Sidious is manipulating him. He argues that strength can come from compassion, and that together they can restore balance to the galaxy, fighting for justice rather than power. The emotional weight of Anakin's words resonates, tugging at Vader's hardened heart. Vader, in turn, counters with the seductive allure of power, defending his choices and arguing that true strength lies in dominion over one's fate. The battle escalates, with both brothers struggling not only against each other, but also against the very ideologies that have shaped their lives. The duel becomes a dance of fate, where each swing of the lightsaber serves as a metaphor for the paths they have chosen. As the fight rages on, Anakin begins to sense Vader's inner turmoil. In a pivotal moment, as the lava flows around them, he finds an opportunity to strike a decisive blow. Yet, rather than deliver the final blow, Anakin drops his lightsaber, extending his hand toward Vader in a gesture of mercy. He offers his brother a chance to walk away from Sidious, to leave behind the darkness that has consumed him. Vader, momentarily stunned by Anakin's unexpected act of compassion, hesitates. The vulnerability he sees in Anakin reflects the part of himself he has long buried under layers of anger and hatred. Anakin's refusal to kill him forces Vader to confront the emptiness he feels in his pursuit of power, and the possibility that there is another way. In that fragile moment, their bond flickers back to life, but just as Vader seems on the verge of acceptance, Sidious arrives, cloaked in shadows, his presence oozing with malice. He lashes out at both brothers with bolts of force lightning, striking Anakin and threatening to consume them both. Sidious taunts them, sowing discord, insisting that Vader must choose between familial bonds and his loyalty to the dark side. Faced with the ultimate test, Vader must make a choice: to protect Anakin or to embrace the power that Sidious offers. In this moment of crisis, the true battle within Vader unfolds, representing the culmination of all his internal struggles and the defining choice that will set the course for the galaxy. As the battle rages on Mustafar, Sidious looms over the brothers, wielding his dark power with the intent to destroy Anakin. The Sith Lord manipulates Vader's emotions, hurling insults and taunts, seeking to provoke his anger and resentment toward Anakin. In this intense moment, Vader feels the weight of Sidious's words and the dark promises of power echoing in his mind. Yet, as the lightning crackles and Sidious's contempt for Anakin grows, a flicker of clarity emerges within Vader. The memories of his childhood, the love for his brother, and the tragic loss he experienced flood back. In an explosive moment of defiance, Vader channels all of his rage not towards Anakin, but against Sidious. The Sith's expression shifts from triumph to disbelief as Vader turns on his master, launching a powerful Force attack that mortally wounds Sidious. With Sidious momentarily incapacitated, the brothers find themselves standing together against a common foe. They fight side by side, their movements fluid and synchronized, echoing the bond they share as twins. This pivotal battle represents a reclamation of their connection, a testament to their shared blood and history. Each strike against Sidious symbolizes a rejection of his manipulations and the ties that had kept them apart. With Sidious defeated and balance momentarily restored, the atmosphere is charged with both victory and uncertainty. Although Vader has turned against the dark side, he grapples with the weight of his past actions, the lives lost, and the darkness he has embraced. In a powerful scene, he stands before Anakin, visibly torn between relief and despair. Understanding the burden his brother carries, Anakin reassures Vader of his intrinsic worth and potential for redemption. However, Vader realizes that he can never fully walk the Jedi path again. The guilt and shadows of his actions cast a long shadow over his heart, leading him to make the difficult decision to go into self-imposed exile. Vader's departure is bittersweet. Anakin watches as his brother leaves, knowing that this separation is necessary for both of them. Anakin returns to the Jedi Order, filled with a newfound understanding of the balance between light and dark that defines their existence. This journey has shaped him, instilling in him the wisdom to recognize that the Jedi's strict adherence to the code does not encompass the entirety of the Force. As Anakin re-enters the Jedi Temple, he carries the lessons learned from his tumultuous journey with Vader. He is determined to reform the Order, advocating for a more nuanced understanding of the Force. His experiences have taught him that light and dark are not simply opposing forces, but integral parts of a whole. In council meetings, Anakin passionately argues for a new approach, one that recognizes the potential for darkness within all beings and the necessity of understanding and embracing it. He emphasizes compassion, forgiveness, and the importance of emotional connection in the pursuit of peace. His vision challenges the rigid dogma of the Jedi Council, inviting a new dialogue about what it means to be a guardian of peace in the galaxy. Meanwhile, across the stars, the remnants of Sidious's influence linger. Anakin's actions spark a movement within the galaxy, encouraging others to reflect on their own relationships with power, control, and empathy. New alliances are formed as systems begin to reevaluate their ties with the Jedi, fostering a sense of unity and understanding. Now, the galaxy stands at the brink of transformation. Anakin's journey, marked by the duality of his brotherhood with Vader, shapes a hopeful vision for the future. The battle against Sidious not only alters their fates, but also sets the stage for a new understanding of the Force itself. The Skywalker legacy becomes one of balance, redemption, and the belief that true peace is found not in the absence of darkness, but in the ability to navigate both sides of the Force with the wisdom and compassion. In this new era, the galaxy can begin to heal, embracing the complexities of its diverse beings and the multifaceted nature of the Force.
Until next time, remember, each story is but a spark in a galaxy full of endless possibilities. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. And may the Force be with you always.